What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? So we really only have like one topic. I'm just gonna do a quick little thing. This might not take very long, maybe an hour. We will see. But yeah, of course, I'm gonna talk about the Tate brothers. All right. So yeah, the Tate brothers got arrested yesterday. Or Monday, not yesterday, Monday, it's Wednesday. So we're going to discuss that. We are going to talk about it. We're going to read the article of why they were detained. It's a bullshit reason. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to read that through. Then we're going to watch the Tate brothers' own emergency meeting about the whole situation. That's going to be roughly 42 minutes long. So that's more than likely is going to take the majority of our time. That's pretty much all I got really planned. I think this is extremely important, and it's kind of deserves its own thing, as the reason they got arrested again was bullshit. So yeah, it's really irritating me. It's just clear that these, the forces that be are really just trying to ruin these guys' lives, and they don't have any actual anything really. Yeah. Oh, and I guess before we get into it, looks like Donald Trump has won the GOP nomination. Not really surprising. Um, I mean, is that a surprise? Hold on. All right. Sorry. But yeah, so forgot what I was gonna say. GOP nominations, Donald Trump. Shocking. I know. So shocking. So surprising. All right. So we're getting a rematch between Biden and Trump. It's really not surprising, honestly. I'm well aware of Robert Hur. He apparently testified before the Senate or Congress or whatever. And apparently he lied in his about Biden's memory problems, which is an issue. But we will at some point. I'll look into it maybe, unless something else comes along. All right, let's do some housekeeping first. Make sure you follow me on X at officialwghost. Best way to find out when I go live. And I don't even think I tweeted I was going live. I did not. I already no. I know that for sure now. Without even looking. Yeah. Fucking hell. All right, hold on. That's what happens when I'm exhausted. That's annoying as hell. I don't like the fact that I forgot to tweet this out. I'm kind of annoyed with myself. Hold on, we're just gonna tweet this out real quick. Fucking idiot. What's more annoying is I had this all set up like super early yesterday. So could have easily tweeted. X needs to make it so you can schedule tweets on your fucking phone. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Anyways, yeah, make sure you follow me on rumble.com/withghosts. It's the best place to go to look to when I go live. Normally, if I fucking remember. God. And let's see. And then rumble.com/withghost. That is my main channel. So if anything happens, that's where I'm going to be for sure. Rumble is making waves. It's making moves. They just set up a new Rumble Cloud thing. and they're talking about possibly buying some services, buying a bit of Twitter. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. It's very interesting. Let's see what else. What else? And then of course, official twitch.tv/official with ghost, and then youtube.com/ghost or with ghost. But yeah, Rumble for sure. If you watch me on Rumble, that's the best way to find out where I'm going. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, so let's get into this. So, like I said, Monday, the Tate brothers got arrested again, and this is a CNN report. Controversial internet influencer Andrew Tate and his brother were detained in Romania on Monday over UK sex offenses charges and will ultimately be extradited to Britain, Romanian authorities said on Tuesday. Officers from the country's criminal investigation service and officers from the town of Voluntari executed 2 European arrest warrants issued by the UK judicial authorities for the commission of sexual offenses and exploitations of persons on the territory of Great Britain. The Tate spokesperson later said the Romanian Court of Appeals allowed their extradition, but postponed it until the conclusion of their Romanian trial on charges of human trafficking and rape. Now, CNN's already being dishonest here. The rape charge got dropped, so they're no longer doing. They're not no longer facing rape charges in Romania. And I don't even think the human trafficking charge is. I don't even think there's a charge for human trafficking. It's, I guess, kind of more like a TikTok shit, whatever. Tate Persecu, I don't know, said in a statement Tuesday, this is a bewildering revival of a decade-old accusation that left the Tate brothers dismayed and deeply troubled. So yeah, these are the charges are from, like, something that happened like decades ago, that like a chick came and accused them of of something, and they had evidence proving that bitch is lying. But for some reason now it's being brought up again. Well, not for some reason, but it's being brought up again because why not? They categorically reject all charges and express profound disappointment that such serious allegations are being resurrected without substantial new evidence, Persecute said. Let's see. The American-British former kickboxer rose to internet fame in recent years, tallying 11.6 billion views on TikTok, or ranting about male dominance, female submission, and wealth. He has become a divisive online content creator, suspended from all major social media platforms over his misogynistic comments. Human rights campaigners, school teachers, and police figures have warned against his influence on young minds across communities around the world. Yeah, all the while they allow a drag time story hour. But God, how dare you try and have Andrew Tate influence anyone? We'll have these trainings fucking do it instead. In court on Tuesday, the Tate brothers said they do not want to be returned to the UK, according to a reporter from CNN affiliate Antenna 3, attending a hearing at the Bucharest Court of Appeals. When I was falsely accused for the first time years ago, I didn't understand how my life could be destroyed so much, Andrew Tate told the judge, according to Antenna 3. The Tate and his brothers spent 3 months in police custody in Bucharest last year, and then were placed under house arrest pending a criminal investigation for alleged abuses committed against 7 women, accusations they have denied. They were released in August and put under judicial control with a ban on leaving the municipality of Bucharest and Ifo County without prior approval from the court. The two are awaiting trial in the country on separate charges of human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal group to sexually exploit women. Again, pretty sure the rape charge got dropped. So there we go. So, but yeah, it's a decades old thing. This charge happened like decades ago, and the reason nothing went forth is they had proof the chick was lying. So why is it getting why is it getting revived? Like, come on. I'm just looking at the. Apparently, Andrew Tate updated his bio. Human trafficker because I told friends how to post on TikTok. Rapist because some girl remembered from 15 years ago. Once I became rich, evil, fight evil. Let's see. They are spending another 60 days under judicial control for whatever reason. Okay, let's listen to Andrew Tate giving his press conference.
Unfortunately, I don't think many people in Romania understand, but in the West, in the countries that are owned by the Satanists, with a certain level of fame, you either put on a dress or you go to jail, and I'm happy to make my choice, which is jail every single time. My soul is not for sale. These are my principles. We are innocent men. No, we're very innocent men, and in time, everybody's going to see that, and we're very excited to finish this judicial process and get our notes.
Well, you are free for now, but still the Romanian courts approved extradition to the UK after the trial was over here.
It's very funny because I've been asking the Romanian courts to go to the UK myself. I've asked 5 times and been declined. So now I get to go home.
Dude, you gotta love that. It's like, dude, I've been asking you to go to UK for years now, for a while now. Now I get to go home regardless, so that's nice.
Five more kilos that claim that's what they claim.
All right, so that's the end. Let's see. What's this one? Say a few words to you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Sorry.
So
how do you guys feel?
I'm very happy about what happened today. Essentially, a Romanian judge saved us. It looks like the United Kingdom wanted, because they now have accused me of doing something 12 years ago, for the Romanians to keep me in prison here until my trial. And the judge saw through it. She saw what this was. She saw it was just an attack vector. She knows I've complied with the courts and the police every single step of the way. And she quite rightfully said, no. She said, if this investigation in England, it's not a case, it's not a charge, it's an investigation. She said, if the investigation in England is still going on when this process ends, then we'll send you to England. If. And that was the completely correct call. So Romanian justice and...
So it's not a charge in the UK, it's just an investigation, and they want to, they sent a warrant out for their arrest so they could go and talk to them some more.
Romanian judges continue to set me free and continue to keep making the correct decisions, and I'm extremely happy.
What are you going to do next?
Well, that's a good question. We're going to complete this judicial process. I don't think many of you in the media understood exactly how innocent we were at the beginning of this. And we told everybody we were innocent, and we know everyone says that, but we are actually completely innocent, and we're very interested in completing the Romanian judicial process. As my brother quite rightly pointed out, the UK now as they've seen that we're going to be found innocent in Romania, have decided to try and weaponize Romanian courts to put us back in jail, and that has failed. And justice has come through tonight for us, which is fantastic. And I look forward to the day that.
Okay, let's see.
As far as I know, since yesterday, we have a warrant submitted by the authorities from UK in January. We have today, we will put in discussion in the appeal court of Bucharest if Romanian authorities will accept this warrant or not. At this moment, we don't.
Okay, not very important. Looks like that's basically everything. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's a decades old case, and all of a sudden, now it's now it's super important, and if we don't do it, the world's coming to an end. Okay, sure, whatever. All right, let's move on. Let's watch the Tate brothers do their emergency meeting. They did this yesterday. Probably has something to do with their whole crap going through. Let's watch.
Well, certainly been an interesting one.
Long day?
Well,
that's putting it mildly.
Certainly been an interesting one.
We've had less interesting days.
I wouldn't say it was unexpected. In fact, it was hyper predictable. The way the Matrix operates is actually an extremely predictable apparatus. And for anybody at home that doesn't understand exactly how these things work, let me make it clear. As soon as you become annoyance to the power structures, as soon as they deem you an enemy to their narratives, which they're trying to purport upon the population, what they do is they assign prosecutors to go through your entire life and try and find crimes you are guilty of. And most of you at home don't understand that all of you, if you are a full-grown man, are guilty of crimes, because what they do is they lie by omission and they find garbage and try to wreck your life with it. For example, they will contact every single one of your ex-girlfriends and say to them, you can have 50,000 pounds and we'll keep you anonymous. We won't show your name. We won't show your face. You will have no repercussions at all for lying. And we will pay you money to say this man did something 10 years ago. So long ago, there can be no proof whether he did it or not. And we're going to use that as justification to try and damage this man. And what's so insane is that we were arrested yesterday.
Yeah, I could tell everyone at home exactly why we were arrested as well. You see, they pretend that they're serious. Let me tell you what would happen if I were a serious criminal under a serious investigation. And by serious, I mean real. I would have been trialed. You get a trial, Andrew.
Oh, you get a trial?
Yeah, no. So what happens is they obviously arrest you and they have lots of evidence on you. And then you get a trial and then they found you guilty and then you go to jail. And you stay in jail to serve your sentence.
Okay.
So what happened to us originally, for those of you who don't know the story, is we got jail first. Okay.
Okay.
The search for evidence afterwards.
Okay.
Then charges.
Okay.
Then the evidence is all being dismissed. So if there's a trial, there's no evidence. But we've been in some form of arrest for the entire period. So no matter what happens, we've served a long sentence. And that's what happens when you don't have a serious criminal investigation. And yesterday's arrest, because I know a lot of people are curious about this, I'm going to summarize exactly what happened and why it happened. This is not the fault of Romania. This is not. This one is not. This came straight from the United Kingdom, my home country, my United Kingdom, contacted the Romanians with no intention of extraditing me, with no intention of flying me to England to face questioning or for an open investigation. They contacted Romania and told Romania to do its dirty work. They told Romania to do their bidding, to put these two boys in jail without a trial. I'm going to explain to you how this works. Romania has a system called preventative detention. If you're a suspect of a crime, they could put you in jail before you get a chance to explain yourself in court. That's why me and my brother did 3 months in jail last year. England doesn't have this. If I had been extradited to England, I would have went there. They would have questioned me for a few hours, and I would have been completely free. Lived my life in England. Perfectly fine. Wouldn't even need to come back to Romania. The judge said, do you, Tristan Tate, want to be extradited to England? I said, no. I want to stay here and clear my name. But what the UK were really trying to do was not to get me extradited and face questioning and be free in England. They were saying, look, Romania, he's a dangerous criminal because we allege he did something to somebody in 2012. I don't even know who I allegedly did anything to. There's no name on the paper.
No name. Please.
2012.
Please understand. A warrant came through saying in 2012.
No, not that. It was more specific than that. It said Tristan committed acts of sexual violence, too rough during sex, to a victim in 2012 between the dates of, do you remember? April and December. 8 months. That's what the paper said. And England said, look, Romania, he's really dangerous. We know you've got him on trial, so don't extradite him yet. But what we want you to do is put him back in prison using your preventative detention system, which we don't have, to lock our citizen up in your underfunded prisons until the date of his trial, which could be a year or two from now. I was this close to a 1 or 2 year prison sentence, unending, maybe 3 years, perma jail. And you know who saved me? A Romanian judge who thought, I don't know her thought process, and I'm sure her thoughts are more eloquently put together than mine, but she thought this is a load of crap. And she said no. She said no. You can't. I know the mainstream media are saying a judge said that they can be extradited after. No. The judge said this. I am not putting these boys in jail because I spent the last 30 hours in jail again, back in the same jail. I'm free. The judge said, release these men. I am not going to put them in jail. They can stay free if, UK, if your investigation is still going on when this is over, then you can have them. They're your citizens. If your investigation is still going on when this concludes, then I'll send them back. But until then, no, I'm not going to lock these men up in jail. A Romanian judge this morning saved me from a 2 or 3 year open-ended perma jail sentence.
Now, what's interesting about the UK doing this is, one, I don't know how much has been leaked to the media or how much is said on Twitter because my brother and I have to be careful. But just so everybody at home understands, Romanian case is falling apart because it's garbage, and we are soon going to be completely free men.
Of course, that's
because we're innocent. The UK know this. They must have heard, our matrix attack in Romania has failed. So we now need a matrix attack against them in the UK, but we have a big problem. They haven't even lived in England for 10 years.
Yeah, I haven't lived in England for a decade.
So how do we drum up cases? Well, we do have a case which we've already closed. Let me give you the rundown of this case. In 2012, a girl got very drunk in my apartment. I've said this publicly before. She drank too much alcohol and threw up everywhere. I then kicked her out of the house and said, get out. You made a mess and you've been sick everywhere. She then said, you owe me money.
I remember the story. But yeah, it's interesting. So basically, it sounds like the UK wanted the Tate brothers detained while their investigation is while they continue to investigate this apparent long ago charge, the Romanian judge said, no, that's bullshit, which is good. Good on Romania. That is bullshit. And now the UK, and now apparently they may have to go and deal with the UK stuff if it's still ongoing when the this trial concludes, whenever it actually happens. It's interesting. Even this judge said, "No, we're not going to send, but we're going to keep you under judicial review for your control for another 60 days." It's very inconsistent. All right, whatever. At least they're not in jail.
She started texting me, threatening me, saying if I don't give her £5,000, that she will go to the police
And ruin your life.
I saved all the text messages from this liar. I was then arrested by the British police and thrown in jail on this girl's lies. And the CPS took her phone and found her not only texting me and threatening me and trying to extort me for money, but also planning with her friend how to lie to the police so that we will go to jail. The CPS then threw this case away. Case closed, no further action, innocent men, done. Then this Matrix attack happens in Romania, and this girl thinks, I can get money. So she sends a little dork. She hired her lawyer, who's a DNG. He's about this tall. And he runs up to my gate and says, my clients want 100,000 pounds. Can you give us money and then we'll leave you alone? So I'm not giving you money. It was $5,000. Now it's 100 grand. I didn't do anything to you. Go away. So then he's run back to UK and convinced the UK, because we're going to win this case, to turn a case which was closed, which then went into a civil case where they were begging me for money, into criminal charges in an attempt to extradite/remand us in perma jail from an event that I was already cleared of any wrongdoing back in 2012. They reopened it to try and put us in jail because they had nothing else.
I was 23 when this was supposed to have happened.
There is no man on the planet. Please understand this. If you're watching at home, there is no man with dick and balls on this planet who, if every single one of his ex-girlfriends who he no longer has contact with was called and offered 50 grand to lie, especially as she has no repercussion, no public face in the media. She doesn't have to walk down the street and worry about people knowing she's a liar. She gets a fake identity, everything. All she gets to do is take the money and talk crap. Who wouldn't take that money, one of the hundreds, and all the 99 who says you're a nice guy, they're ignored, lying by omission. All the ones who say you're a nice man, they ignore all those ones. They take this one who will take the bribe so they can drum up garbage charges from 10 or 12 years ago. Tristan, 12 years ago, in this random period of 9 months, we think you did something. How do you even defend yourself? Against who? There's no name on the paper. Who are you talking about? What location? What time?
What did I do?
What happened? Nothing. Sexual violence. We don't know where. We don't know when. We don't know against who. Maybe at some point in these 9 months, 11 years ago, send this man to jail without a trial. First, they come for us.
Like, I mean, come on. Does that not sound ridiculous to you? And at this point, does anyone really believe that these guys did anything wrong? Like, honestly, does anyone actually believe this? Ugh, sorry. Because it's gotten extremely ridiculous at this point. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking through Twitter right now. Apparently, breaking news: Judge Scott Maffei has dismissed some counts against Trump in the Georgia election interference case. That's interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, back to this. Sorry, I just saw that on X. But yeah, at this point, people's got to be waking up and realizing this is a lot of bullshit. Like, come on. Like, all of a sudden, like, you know, you got this giant court case. It's been going on for a year now. They got put in jail for 6 months. They're out of jail. They were on house arrest for what, another 6 months? Now they're allowed to roam around the country of Romania, at least in select areas. Oh, sorry. They dismissed the rape charge. I think they really just ended up changing it to, the criminal conspiracy thing. So I think that human trafficking is got dropped. I mean, does anyone really believe in the Tate brothers did anything wrong? Really? Like a year? It's taking a year since they've been arrested, almost longer than a year. Well, yeah, a little over a year since they were arrested. And there's been no trial at all. It keeps getting pushed off. Maybe they should have completed their investigation before charging these guys. This is ridiculous.
But they're coming for all of you. And if you're a woman watching this, you have a boyfriend or a son or a father or a brother. He is no longer safe. If he starts to tell the truth against the satanic agenda, they will come for him the same way they've come for us. And they only need one girl to lie. You know what the scariest thing about it is, Tristan? I have a sneaking suspicion.
Go on. That the girl doesn't even exist.
Sophie never existed in the BBC.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's no name on these papers. Who says this person's even real? There's no proof of anything. There's no medical records. There's no pictures. There's no videos. There's nothing.
Here's
It's
how
just
it
made
should
up.
be. Here's how it should be. If you are accused of a sexual crime, you and the victim remain anonymous. If you are found guilty, you are plastered all over the media for being a scumbag. Very fair. If you are the victim of a sexual crime and you wish to out a person as a sexual criminal and go public and loud with his name, then by law, your name should be public and loud. If you're confident, keep it quiet until he's convicted. That's how it should be, but we don't live in a fair world. We live in a world where people who may or may not exist can call me a human trafficker for 5 years of my life. 5 years of my life. And then everyone's like, well, these are serious allegations. They're like dork outside the gate. There's serious allegations that you're facing. From who? Well, that's not the way it works. No, who made the allegations? They're serious allegations. Who made the allegations? I don't know.
And that's the thing, too. Like, if you hear this and they're like, all right, who made the allegations? We don't know. Come on. Like, don't you smell like a little bit of bullshit? Just like a little bit of bullshit? Like, am I the only one? Do you just smell a little bit of bullshit? And you're going to be like, well, you don't want the victim to be, intimidated, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. I mean, if she's willing to, go in public and accuse someone, she should have her name out. It's how it should be. This crap's really ridiculous.
I don't know. And the remaining.
And that's really interesting how even the ones being accused don't even know their name. It'd be one thing if they knew their name, but they were ordered by the judge not to reveal it. That would be one thing, but it's not. He doesn't even know. The guys being accused don't know. It's ridiculous.
And judge thought, anonymous girl, no one knows who made the allegations, doesn't really say what the allegations are. At some point in an 8-month period, 11 years ago, locked them in jail. No thanks. And God bless you, ma'am. God bless you. You may have saved my life.
Now, before we go on and I explain to you the details of what's going to happen next,
I'll illustrate with the pen.
First, let's read the super chats.
Okay, we got a lot of super chats in today. If they're just for money, I'm going to read out your name and say thank you. Doing your small part to feed the kids. Revoso, $100, appreciate it. Isaac Uchilla, appreciate it. Zkocharak, yeah, never destroy someone's life with a lie because yours could be easily destroyed by the truth. Indeed. And let me tell you, actually, and this is a warning. If there's a real false accuser, if this person isn't made up, you will face justice.
Absolutely.
You will face justice.
Absolutely.
All false accusers, whoever falsely accused me, will face legal ramifications and justice. The scary thing is I don't think these people exist. But if you are real and you have lied about me, you will pay the price legally. Okay. Another super chat. Zed Skorak again. Greeting G's.
Guys, we're going to cut the Twitter feed. We're on Rumble now. Rumble at Tate Speech. Come to the Rumble feed before we go into a breakdown of why the UK has decided to attack us now and a celebration of their monumental failure.
They Love Clyde. Pro the King. Zed Skorak. What kind of dress do you get for selling your soul? Peasantry at its finest. You can answer that. Brooks 97. Just joined the real world. You're making some money. Good. Glad to hear it. Robert Bender, thanks for the money. How is it to know things? How is it to know when things are going to happen before they happen, Andrew?
So my record for prediction,
Casual Blank, Real Dan S, respect.
My record for prediction is flawless. I predicted the first Matrix attack and the first jail sentence. And on my last podcast only 2 weeks ago, I said the Romania case is falling apart and the UK is going to try next because they are desperate and they can't stand me. But I sat and thought, I haven't even been there in 10 years. I didn't even know they were legally allowed to take a case they threw away because they knew was a lie and start it again and arrest me in the middle of the night 11 years later. Is that even legal?
In another country.
Is that even legal?
And then when the UK cannot hold people without charge, try to persuade a foreign nation to hold its own citizens without charge, try to weaponize the system of a country like Romania for their own agendas to Julian Assange, a man and his brother. Wild.
The BBC. Propaganda.
You can't look at BBC as a media organization. What funds the BBC? It is the government's propaganda branch.
The UK. Failed.
As we speak right now, the UK is trying to put me in jail. And England's coming up to me with all this garbage, and they're going to try and charge me soon.
For Andrew Tate and his brother.
Everyone, listen to me. The UK is coming next. Romania's failed. UK's picked it up. After I destroyed the BBC, Tristan gave me a high five. He said, "Look, it looks so stupid." I said, "Bro, we've sunk the HMS Hood." HMS Hood was the British battleship. And it was up against German battlecruiser, the Bismarck. By absolute fluke, the Bismarck landed a shell perfectly through the top of the hood, destroyed the entire HMS Hood, killed like 3,000 people, 2 survivors. When Churchill found out the hood was sunk, he said, "We cannot lose the hood without him losing the Bismarck. Sink the Bismarck." When the Bismarck sunk the hood, all of the crew was celebrating, except the captain. He updated his will and telegraphed home to his wife and said goodbye. Because he knew. When I destroyed the BBC, my brother was celebrating. I knew. I said, "Tristan, no. You don't beat the British Broadcasting Corporation and make fools of them like this without some new bullshit." We sunk the hood. There's all these full-grown adults with this much obsession, making documentaries, trying to take me down. I mean, the UK hates me the most. The entire country is failing in real time by every metric you can measure a society by. And what did the politicians talk about when they got to Parliament? Andrew Tate. This is proof of what I've been saying all along. I've never sold my soul. I refuse to do it. Let's kill the person who highlights the problem. Let's fix the man who tells the truth. Take me to jail. I don't care. And if God decides I have to go back, the best mental model is God wants me to learn something.
I'm not scared of jail. You want to send me back? Good. Because if you send me back, you're now going to have to explain to the world why.
Make me run a marathon of media in a fucking jail outfit. I'd rather do that than wear a dress.
Fuck your perf walk. Give it to me. Do it again. I don't care. MSM are worse than dishonest. They are worse than liars. They are genuinely evil. Someone needs to stand up and say the pertinently obvious things which can save the world. And I have this platform and I'm going to speak. Andrew and Tristan Tate, do not break. You do not fold. You've done nothing wrong. And we'll go to fucking jail. They don't understand the thing about you and I is that we are hard to kill. Take me to jail.
Doesn't that make you just feel something right there? Didn't that just make you feel invigorated, like you could take on the world? Am I the only one? Am I the only one who's like, "Ooh, let me take something, let me destroy someone"? You know? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But that just made me feel like, all right, I can take on anything.
I guess the question for you, Tristan, because maybe I'm crazy, but in light of the monumental power of our enemies and the fact that they are so brazen, they're not afraid for everybody to know what they're doing is corrupt and lies It's not like it used to be, as we discussed before. They're not trying to hide their intentions. They're making it very clear if you speak against the establishment, they will do anything it takes to in an attempt to silence you, even if it's against the law, even if it's a matrix attack, even if it's made up. They don't care if everybody knows it's bullshit. They're international. They control the money. They control the media. They can clearly reach across country borders and decimate our lives like they have done for the last few years. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but quitting's never crossed my mind.
I don't sweat them. I'm a tough guy. I'm a fucking tough guy.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? It means 2 days ago, I was sleeping comfortably in my bed and I was dragged out and thrown into jail. Then I was surrounded by a murderer, a drug dealer, and some guy who committed fraud. I was like, hi, guys. And they were like, respect, Tate. I said, respect. And I sat there and smoked cigarettes, did the push-ups. I'm a tough guy.
You can't just say I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, I can fucking handle it. That's what I do. I handle shit. I'm a fucking tough guy. Good luck. I don't give a shit.
So we have one thing I want to make very clear to everybody at home, because a lot of people are asking how they can help us. The demons operate in the dark, and they require deception. They require confusions and conflations and deception. They need people to be confused. They need you to sit at home and go, maybe, we'll allow this judicial malpractice because maybe there was something that happened.
Maybe Julian Assange put people in danger. Maybe Russell Brand is a rapist. Maybe the Tate brothers kidnapped people. Maybe. I mean, maybe. The BBC said maybe.
It is the truth. It is light that they fear. And one of the things that has made me feel a lot better since I've left that dungeon only a few hours ago is that I can see that nobody believes them anymore. Nobody believes them. Candace, who is excellent in her own right,
her and her husband, wonderful people,
tweeted this. I do not care what you think about Andrew and Tristan Tate. Everything that is happening to them is absurdity. A civil case from accusations made 10 years ago that were declined criminal prosecution by the UK courts and then crowdfunded into a civil prosecution is giving E. Jean Carroll vibes. That any civil case would constitute a middle-of-the-night detainment in a foreign country is beyond absurd.
A civil case from 11 years ago. Yeah, so we're joking like the judge saved us from a prison sentence, and she did. But let's not forget, I was in fucking jail. 105,000 people watching this. 30, 40,000 of you aren't tough guys like me. You wouldn't have made it. You would not have survived that one night in that Romanian prison. So I still did another jail sentence. 30-something hours. It's still jail.
Matt Wallace.
Respect. Really, really good account. I highly advise following.
Tweeted this. Breaking news. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate were just arrested again. This arrest is much more sinister and disturbing than the last one. The details of what just happened may make you 1776 levels of angry. This was not the doing of some random officials in a small country. Disgustingly, one of the most powerful governments in the world is actually behind it. UK authorities reached their authoritarian arm over 1,000 miles away and commanded their arrests in Romania. Surely they must have done something really bad to deserve an arrest warrant from the United Kingdom, right? Nope. They were ripped from their home by men with guns over BS allegations from an entire fucking decade ago. The charges are related to allegations of sexual aggression, whatever that means, in a UK case dating back to 2012. Not recent, not substantiated. On the contrary, the Tate brothers have shown overwhelming evidence that the accusations against them are false. Yet here we are, them having to spend more time behind bars after already being held unjustly for months by the Romanian authorities, who couldn't even pinpoint legitimate charges against them despite trying very hard. Make no mistake. This is not justice or even the pursuit of it. This is further punishment by the global elites for daring to challenge them. Soon freedom will be dead across the globe if evil people behind these horrendous misuses of the legal system are not stopped. Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah, correct.
If I was not famous, this would not be happening. If I wore a dress, this would not be happening. If I had taken that sponsorship deal for $50 million and did not mention the genocide in Gaza, this would not be happening. If I would have shut up after the first Matrix attack, the cancellation, this would not be happening. If I would have shut up after the first Matrix attack when they put me in jail here in Romania, this would not be happening. This is happening because I am a beacon of truth in a world of lies, which proves it has nothing to do with justice, has nothing to do with right and wrong, nothing to do with girls who even exist or events that even happened. It is a punishment. It is a punishment against anybody who stands up against the system because their goal is to break me, to scare you. They want to chop off the head of the snake. If they can show all of you people at home what happens when you tell the truth, you're going to be less inclined to tell the truth. They want to destroy the bravery inside of your soul by destroying my life. That's what they want to do. They want to kill the general. So all the troops behind him suffer cowardice. That is why they're attacking us, because they want to show everyone at home that no, you can't just stand up and tell the truth. You will pay a price for that. And that's why they're trying so hard to decimate and destroy our lives, because we are inspiring you to say the things you know are true in your heart. These people are trying their very best to enslave all of us, and you start that. The number one way you begin the enslavement of a population is inspiring cowardice amongst its warriors. Once that is done, there is no resistance left. None. And that is why they want us to pay the price. When I went back in that cell yesterday, I looked around. I said, hello, darkness, my old friend. My first words.
Hello, darkness,
and I didn't think I was going to get out for years.
I was fully prepared because I understood the nature of the attack. I was fully prepared for a 1 month, 2 month, 5 month, a never-ending perma jail sentence because I smelt immediately what was going to happen. And a judge was selected, and luckily for me, a just, prudent judge was selected. She saw through this and said no. No. God bless that lady.
In other news, the Tate brothers have been arrested and detained, threats of repatriation to the UK for rumours from about a decade ago that did not meet the criteria for a criminal prosecution. Meanwhile, the Epstein client list remains at large.
Now, what they don't tell you, there was a rape allegation against Andrew Tate in 2015 from the girls who they've got these voice recordings of. What Vice Media didn't tell anyone is that the reason that didn't go to trial was because the two girls who were making the allegations, when you make a sexual allegation, we've seen it with this Ellie Williams case up in Barrow, your phone is taken off you. The police found that these two girls were conspiring to extort Andrew Tate for money.
I want to make something clear. I was saying this morning on Twitter how John Cena yesterday at the Oscars was doing his humiliation ritual to satisfy his gay paymasters. And everybody's saying, oh, maybe he's just promoting the movie. Maybe. Let me tell you something. I don't care what movie I'm in. You could not convince me to do that. You could not convince me to do anything fruity or weird. It doesn't matter what movie I'm in because there's no need. I can promote it other ways. I won't do it because my principles are too strong. So to say he's only promoting a movie is still agreeing with me. You're saying he's promoting his movie for money because he sold a soul to his gay paymaster.
Well, he was pretending to be an OnlyFans guy as the character of the movie and releasing OnlyFans content.
That's the last emergency meeting we said about 8 hours before they finally came and arrested us. You think that was the final straw?
What did I say during that emergency meeting? I'm going to try and repeat what I said because I'm not sure we have the clip. So 8 hours before I got arrested, I said, you either take part in the naked, dress-wearing humiliation rituals that the Matrix wants you to purport to make you look weak so young men do not be strong, or you suffer the other humiliation rituals like perp walks, like being handcuffed and dragged through the media. Oh, make no mistake. Sure. A judge said this was stupid. Sure, I'm not under arrest. Sure, it didn't work, but they still got what they wanted. They could have said, hey, Tristan, we're going to do this extradition thing. Show up in court tomorrow. And I would have showed up. No. They put me in handcuffs. They put you in handcuffs. They called the media. They walked us through that field of cameras again. That's the humiliation ritual I get. And as I said on the emergency meeting 8 hours before they did it, I would rather do that for the rest of my life than wear a dress. I believe 8 hours before I got arrested, I was waving my hands around like this, saying, perp walk me, take me to jail, put me in front of the cameras. I said that 8 hours before. And then the guys came to my house and I was like, oh, shit. They're here.
I've done a lot of self-analysis because as a professional, you have to make sure you're on the right side of history. And the reason the world is so complicated is because it's not often black and white. There's varying shades of gray where two opposing forces, both sides believe they're the good guys. Some have some good points, Some have some bad points, and it's messy and it's muddled. So I've sat as a professional and analyzed my own actions and my own thoughts and tried to come to the conclusion, Andrew, are you on the right side of history here? Will the world be better if the Matrix breaks? Yes, it's unfair. Yes, it's unjust. Perhaps the Matrix is required. Perhaps you should comply. I've sat and I've analyzed this deeply to make sure that I'm not doing something wrong. And although my enemies never self-reflect, they never look in the mirror and think, am I doing the right thing here? Because they lack the perspicacity and they lack the humility. They lack faith in God. I have analyzed myself heavily for years, and I know I'm doing the right thing. I know that allowing the people who are in charge to continue to lie and deceive us will end nowhere but slavery. I know that when they drag us to jail for old, previously closed cases from 10 years ago, while we are feeding children, feeding orphans during Ramadan, I know we're on the right side of history. The day I was locked in that cell yesterday, when they threw me amongst the cockroaches to remind me of where I'm going to end up if I'm not quiet, the day that was happening, in the exact same time, my money was being spent feeding orphans during Ramadan. Do you think any of these people who call me a bad person are feeding orphans? Do you think any of the journalists who work for the BBC or any of these other clowns or prosecutors or garbage idiots are sitting there concerned with the fact that children can't eat? No, they don't care. They care about nothing but themselves and the evil satanic agendas. And they will never tell you the good work we do for the world. They will never mention all the fantastic positive things we do for the world. They're going to try and convince you.
Yeah, I'm going to speed this up. Just want to get through this and see if there's anything else they'll say about the case. I've discussed a few things about it, but let's see if they go any further into the actual case itself.
Instead, that we're evil, dangerous people because we have an opinion. And our opinion is simply to use your eyes and use your brain and think. Has come for me on every possible level. They have come for my bank accounts. They have come for my children. They have come for the women I love and take care of. They've come for my family. They've come for my businesses. They've come for any corporate structure I've ever owned. They've come for my social media accounts. I cannot order an Uber. I'm the most banned person on the planet. And still, our platforms remain completely matrix independent. They remain completely fully functional at all times. The meta servers may go down, but university.com does not go down. The real world will survive, irregardless of what happens to me. It doesn't require me. It doesn't need me. It exists independently of me. And if you want to support us, the best way you can do that is learn to make as much money as possible, because not only do we need you spreading the truth, not only do we need you telling everybody that we're innocent, we need you to be a kind of person people listen to, and nobody listens to brokies. We need you to make as much money as possible and become financially successful. We need you to be rich, so when you speak the truth, people listen. The real world is an independent platform, which is not controlled by anything matrix orientated. Every single element of the real world is matrix independent. And for that reason, irregardless of whatever happens to me, it will survive. And the reason I'm saying this is because when we were locked up, we got a massive spike in users. People were joining to show support for us. And I appreciate that. Anybody who wants to support us, please join the real world in real time. Please follow the instructions and make as much money as possible, because that's the best way you can possibly support us, by becoming as rich as possible.
So, did you have a good day? I had a pretty good day, bro.
Why was it good?
Why was it all good? We're living, we're breathing. People are listening to us. We're healthy. Kids are healthy.
I want all the people at home to have some appreciation for the garbage we go through and the level of bravery that is required, because most people at home think they would do what we're doing, but when your head's on the chopping block, it's not nearly as easy as people think it is. And to stay positive and to stay strong is extremely difficult. And one of the things I've actually noticed about this entire saga, which has brought me peace, is that the strength of our brotherhood is so deep that we are seen as one man. They won't attack one of us. Think about it. Most brothers, in fact, most men who go to jail have a brother.
True.
One of them goes.
True.
But with us, they only ever attack both of us.
Yeah, this 2013 bullshit is about you. You threw the girl out of the house. I didn't even know her. The Tate brothers. They arrest us both as one person every time.
Because they know that our brotherhood is so strong that attacking one of us will not achieve the desired effect. They need to try and take down both of us, which is actually, I consider, a massive compliment to the strength of our brotherhood.
Thank you very much, guys.
Because we are seen as one man. We're seen as one force because we are one idea. And every single time they attack us both, part of me smiles, because they know how strong our brotherhood is and how strong our message is. And they know that trying to attack one of us individually won't work. So they have to try and take us both down. And just like the last time you were thrown in jail purely for being my brother, you just got thrown in jail again, purely only for being my brother.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yes, that's why you went to jail, Tristan.
I had worse days.
Do we roll over and shut up? Or, because you and I have had this conversation about all the things we're not saying. People think we're telling the truth. People think we're saying everything. But in fact, there's a whole bunch of things we're not saying. Perhaps we need to start saying more. Perhaps once we've realized our enemies can't be reasoned with and that these people are clinically insane, we no longer have anything to lose. Perhaps we should blow the lid head to toe on how all this shit works, on how all of the satanic agendas work, on all the messages that were sent to us trying to buy us, on all the sponsorship deals which were offered to us for us to sell our souls, the truth about the corruption of the justice system. I want people to understand, you at home think the justice system is a system where bad guys go to jail and innocent people don't go to jail, and there's lawyers and there's law, and it's this fully functioning system. No, the justice system is very much like a car with two wheels. It will move forward, but it's messy and it clunks and it's broken. And two of the wheels are busted off, so there's sparks flying everywhere. Sure, it moves, but it doesn't move very succinctly. It doesn't move very efficiently. It's a broken, damaged system with lots of elements of corruption and things that are wrong with it and mistrials and innocent people going to jail and guilty people walking. Please understand the whole system is broken. And we have inside information on exactly how broken it is. Perhaps if they're going to continue to attack us and continue to not even play fair and follow the rule of law and to open up cases they have previously closed due to lack of evidence to try and put us in jail from something that happened 11 years ago purely because the Matrix attack in Romania has failed, perhaps we should actually, on the next emergency meeting, blow the lid on all this shit and just go to jail, because we'll go jail same day. If we tell what we know, we will go jail same day. The same day. But what else am I supposed to do? Roll over and die? Well, after I beat the BBC, after I destroyed the BBC battleship through the top, sing the Bismarck, we were celebrating. We set the hood. He's like, oh, with some people, do I let them kill us anyway? I don't see the point in walking. I don't see the point in even trying to play fair with these animals. I think we should just blow the lid on all this shit.
I'm not fucking scared. I'm not.
Because the same day we do that, they're going to bust in this door and take us straight back to that jail.
Talk about humiliation rituals, same day, jail. I don't give a shit. I no longer give a shit.
You know what? Still standing.
We are, aren't we?
Better than I ever did. We're innocent. And if you think you're going to intimidate me into pretending I'm guilty of something or being afraid of you when I know I'm on the right side of history, then you've made a very grave mistake. So I guess my message to everybody at home is, please go to corporatate.com, sign up to the email list. There's going to be some very interesting information coming in the next couple of days. It's completely free. If you want to support us, join the real world and become as rich as possible.
All right, there we go. So that's basically it. I'm not going to get any more, leave any more into that. I mean, yeah, at some point you got to be able to smell the bullshit. Random case comes in, and again, this isn't a case they're being charged with. It's just a case that the UK wants to investigate them for. Okay, why? Why do you need to investigate the Tate brothers for this particular case? Why? What's so valuable? Nothing. If you want to investigate, and then charge them. But they're not going to charge them because the UK know they don't have anything on them. This is something that they can really, gather on them. It's a complete and utter bullshit case, just like the case in Romania. I mean, hopefully people are now starting to wake up and realize, to be honest, kind of smelling some bullshit here. Right? I mean, it's everyone, that's everyone's thinking at this point. It's like, I'm really smelling some bullshit here. I really am. So, I mean, what can you do? But it's getting to the point that you're just going to have to start, just not believing what they tell you. Right? I mean, am I wrong here? You're just gonna have to not believe what they're telling you, because it's becoming more and more clear that what they're telling you isn't accurate when it comes to the Tate brothers, at the very least. It's ridiculous. The fact these guys have been having to deal with this crap for so long is total and utter bullshit. And I'm just irritated every time I see that these guys have to deal with more and more crap. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who gets annoyed by this? All right. I guess that's all I got today. I just really wanted to just sit down and listen to the Tate brothers and their own perception of things, and let them speak for themselves, because that's what they what they deserve. They deserve to have someone speak for them. Well, they deserve, I guess I'm not really speaking for them, but they deserve someone to, like, just listen to what they're saying. And in all honesty, when you hear any of this stuff, do you start losing a little bit of faith when it comes to what people have against them? I mean, I don't think any rational people can listen to anything that's been going on and be like, I just 100% believe what the government's telling me, or what the government's telling me about these guys. I just absolutely believe them. I mean, do you really though? Do you really believe them? I don't think you do. I don't think anyone actually believes them. So, but it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to decide. I certainly don't believe any, unless I get some concrete fucking proof that, like, utterly proves to me that what's been saying is true. I don't think I'll be believing anything that anyone says against the Tate brothers. I think these are good men. Yeah, they may have some, they may have done some, I wouldn't really call it immoral, but they, like they used to own a website, Cam Girls. And whatever you think of that, you might disagree with that. All right, yeah, they may have done that. They're not doing it now. But even if they were still doing it, what does that have to do with anything that's going on now, what they're talking about now? They have some good messages. And if anyone just stopped and listened and stopped letting the hyperbole, the attempts to, try and, because a lot of what they say, some of the things they say, they're saying it with an intention of getting a reaction. And if you stop reacting with your emotions and actually listen to what they're saying and understand that sometimes what they're saying and the message behind them aren't the same thing, then you might be able to actually understand the message. But people don't. We just what the hell? We just hear. We hear what we want to hear, and we react on our emotions, and it never ends up working out. Stop reacting with your emotions. Just listen to the goddamn message, because the message is actually something that's quite clear and quite honest. The message is hey, do right by your family, be a good man, and take care of the people you love. That's generally the message behind it. Is that really so bad? I don't think so. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I didn't talk that much. I just wanted to listen to what they had to say. They have their own platform, absolutely, but some people may not listen to them because they got a bad image, and highly doubtful. But I'm sure there might be one person that listens to me. Doubtful, but there might be. And at the very least, we could, everyone now can hear what the Tate brothers have to say and what's going on about them. It's a bullshit charge, again, from the UK. And it's about a case years ago that they declined to prosecute then because, hey, the information given turned out to be false. And now the UK wanted them charged or wanted them detained while they completed their investigation. Complete bullshit. All right. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you follow me on X @OfficialWGhost, Rumble, and Twitch and YouTube. I hope you have a good day. Peace out.
you.